Welcome in to episode 9 of Outside the Law, the Outlaws Postseason podcast. My name's Colby Smith, and I'm super duper stoked to be joined today by Hudson Valley's Matt Carrera and Molloy's Jeremy Taggart. Guys, certainly been a while since we've had the opportunity to chat. Matt, I'll start with you. How'd the fall go? How's classes going? And just catch me up on everything.
Fall went great. I mean, we got some new faces here. We got a lot of people that were on the team last year that didn't return, but they found new homes like Jeremy. So it's been great. I mean, classes have, they're a little bit of a struggle every year, but that's every baseball program. Everybody who plays baseball or plays sports in college have it's a little bit of extra work. So
Jeremy, how about you? How's Molloy?
It's been good so far. Meeting all the guys, they're all nice. They're all cool people. And we played two scrimmages in the fall, which was good. Played well. So hoping to have a good role in their team this year. They were very good last year, so trying to fill those shoes. Yeah.
Well, and Matt, talking about the struggles of classes and talking about things in the classroom, tell me a little bit about what you're studying at Hudson Valley and ultimately after you get done playing baseball, what's the career hopes?
right now it's a little bit up in the air, but I've been studying marketing a little bit, so maybe I hope to be an accountant one day. So that's right now. That's the goal.
What kind of classes have you been taking so far?
Business law classes are always a big thing. I've done two of those. I did financial accounting, financial or managerial accounting as well. So a lot of accounting based classes.
And Jeremy, how about you? What have you been studying and what's your career goals?
Right now I'm studying finance at Molloy, so I've been taking like personal finance, a lot of intro to marketing, intro to management, like those classes. I really don't know what I want to do with that yet, but just get the degree and then go from there, honestly.
Well, and Matt, I'll go back to you first on this one. How do you go about in terms of busy practice schedule, workouts, and everything, juggling that with your classes and classwork?
Uh, Sometimes it can be hard, but I mean, leaning on your teammates is a good place to start. So like when you have off days, like Sundays are usually our off days right now. So a lot of Sunday football with the guys. So that's usually how I manage all that, the work that I do.
Well, and what other kind of team bonding activities do you all do up there at Hudson Valley besides football on Sundays?
We do a lot of community service together. Mostly, we work at MVP Arena in Albany. So our coach loves to give back to our community. So that's what we do.
What's your favorite community service memory from your time there so far?
Ah, that's a tough. We've done a lot, but probably something called Aramark that's at the MVP Arena. We get to cook up some food for people that are there for concerts and stuff like that. So that's always enjoyable.
And Jeremy, now I'll go back to you here. Classwork, team bonding. Tell me a little bit about what's going on at Malay.
The classwork hasn't been too bad, really. Just normal class loads. We're getting into finals now, so preparing for that. But like team bonding, we golf a lot. A lot of us golf. We're doing a tournament right now. Got like 5 teams doing a 2v2 tournament. So that's how we really bond a lot, and we just hang out together. Yeah.
Well, and how integral do you feel that team bonding has been to your experience at Malay so far?
It's been big. Like at Hudson Valley, we were together on basically every day. So that was, and plus the community service, like Maddie C was talking about, like the Aramark, like that's like the last place you ever want to be. Like you never want to be doing that, but you get it done, and like you're with your boys, and it makes it so much fun. So we don't really do too much of that like type of fundraising, but just going over to like they have a house that they live at, so going there every night and just hanging out with some of the guys. It's been really fun.
Well, and tell me about the golf tournament. Who's the partner from your team, and how's that going so far?
I'm with kid James Sill. We went to high school together, and we just did like we picked. I was a captain, so I picked him, and then we won the first round. We shot. We were +3, I think, and that moved us on to the semifinals. So I think we're playing tomorrow morning in the semis, so that should be good. Yeah.
All right, now Matt, um, When it comes to how your experience at Hudson Valley has been so far, what do you feel some of the biggest positives have been so far, and do you have any sort of regrets about choosing to go there?
No, I have zero regrets. First off, the people that I met, I mean, are second to none. They're going to be friends for life, especially guys like Jeremy. Like we've played seasons together like no other. I mean, we played summer together. We played Hudson Valley together. Played the summer before I was at Hudson Valley. So, I mean, the people that you meet, you can't really regret that.
Well, and how do you feel like friendships that you've made through baseball have been such a big part of your life to this point?
Well, growing up, like being on so many teams, that's how you make your friends as an athlete. Uh, those are the people I'm closest to. I still keep in contact with my past teammates that I don't see much anymore. So those are the closest people in my life.
And Jeremy, when it comes to you, friendships that you've made through baseball, how exactly do you go about that? And do you still keep in touch with a lot of your old teammates?
Yeah, I mean, definitely like Matt said, we played throughout the whole year together, basically from one summer from June to the next August. So that was great meeting Matt, and then getting to know him was awesome. He was a great kid. And but all the kids at Hudson Valley I still talk to basically every day. Like I plan to go up there soon, go see all of them. But since like especially now, like I have kids on my team at Molloy that I've played with since Cooperstown. Like we went to Cooperstown together. So that being like seeing each other, how we've grown since then, since we were 10 years old, is it's pretty cool to see. Yeah.
Well, and when you were looking for your school post Hudson Valley, what ultimately led you to settle at Molloy?
It's close to home, which is nice. It's about like a 20-minute drive, so that was really good. But I wanted to have a school with that I can have a future after, and that could set me up for good jobs after, and later in my life that are good. So that's really what led me to the Molloy. Yeah.
Well, and I'll circle back to what you said before that as well, talking about the experience of playing with so many guys for so long. How do you feel like you, as a teammate, as a person, kind of push those guys around you? And how do you feel like you've just been a part of their growth and they've been a part of yours?
I mean, you can always learn from your teammates. Like last year, we would talk all the time. I'd talk with Matty C, with Nico a lot. Me and Nico would do catching work together, and we would hit almost every day together. We would lift, so we kind of compete in that way. And Brendan Curry also, like we always just try to talk about like our framing and our blocking and like how we should correctly do it in our hitting. Like, so just like feeding off your teammates just helps you grow as a person and as a player too, because you just that experience is it's unlike any other, honestly.
Well, and if you had to pick three words to describe yourself as a teammate, what three words would you pick?
Um, Probably say energetic. Um, I don't even know. Energetic. Uh, Caring, I guess. 'Cause you always got to care about the boys, how they're doing, and then um, I don't even know. Three. I don't know. I'll just stick with those two for now. Honestly, I really don't know. How do I describe myself?
All right. Well, I think that's a solid two. So, Matt, I'll throw it back to you here. When it comes to the locker room and being around those guys and stuff, how do you feel like you are as a teammate? And do you have any words you'd particularly use to describe yourself?
Uh, I would say leader is a big one. I think I'm a leader in the clubhouse. Humble too. I like to listen to a lot of the things other guys have to say, and hardworking. I like to push myself and my teammates every time we get to the clubhouse to work out, hit, take ground balls, whatever it is.
Do you have any particular things you look for in terms of trying to help out other guys, other than, of course, like when seeing they're struggling?
Yeah, all the time. I mean, you can kind of notice when you're really close to people, especially your teammates, that when they're not doing so good, like whether it be mentally or physically on the field. So yeah, I mean, pulling people aside and asking them how everything's doing and hanging out with your teammates is a big part of that. If you get close to them, you kind of know how they operate, and it helps you as a teammate.
What are some of the biggest things that you've learned as being a part of a team or from some of your teammates?
Uh, Probably how to interact with people. I mean, you meet so many different people, and not everybody operates the same way. So, taking what you know from yourself and what you've learned in the past and applying it to your teammates and trying to help them out the best way that you can.
Jeremy, any big lessons that you've learned from being a teammate and team player?
Yeah, I would just say that honestly, just like not to like care about what happens, like control what you can control is a big thing I learned my freshman year from some of the older guys. Just like do what you do and then like stay humble, like Maddie said, just keep your head under the radar and just stay humble and do what you can do and help your team out.
Well, and what if any are any particular life lessons that you've learned through the game of baseball?
Um, just keep looking ahead, like next pitch, kind of just don't worry about what happened last inning. Like it doesn't really matter. Don't worry what happened last year. Like it doesn't matter what you did. It matters what's coming up and what's in front of you.
Matt, how about you? You got any for me?
Yeah, I would say failure. I mean, this game is based around failure. So, learning how to cope with failure, talking to your coaches, talking to your teammates, try to figure out how to get through maybe a tough time that you're having in the game or even outside of the game. So,
And how do you particularly best cope with failure?
the circle that I made between my teammates and the family and my family members, having a good base to go to that can support me through tough times that may happen or have already happened.
Jeremy, what about you?
I think what Matt said is pretty much what I think about that too. Honestly, like just leave what's in the past and just keep going. Like you're gonna fail. It happens. Like 3 out of 10, you get to the Hall of Fame. That's what they always say about the major leagues. So like, don't even worry about it. If you don't go 3 for 3 one day, just if you go 0 for 4, 0 for 3, like just keep going. Next game.
Matt, I'll throw it back to you, starting with this next one. When it comes to things that you like to do away from baseball, to help get your mind off it, what are some of your favorite things and go-tos?
Golf is a go-to all the time. We love golfing. Me and Taggart, whenever I'm home, I go visit him. We always get around it. So that's a big thing. And probably just quality family time. Like I'm a big family guy, so spending time at home whenever I can or taking a trip for the weekend is a huge thing for me.
Taggart, what about you?
Yeah, like Maddie said, golf. Like we would during the summer, we would go basically almost every other day, and still like I'm going a lot with my teammates now, just to like distract yourself from the game and just hanging out with friends, like being able to relax, not think about anything, is nice to just clear your mind and just not think about baseball.
Who's the better golfer between you two?
Taggart,
Yeah.
100%. I learned everything I know from him. So
Maddie C's good though. Maddie C's coming up.
okay, yeah, I'm getting
He's
there.
doing good.
Well, and
Since the beginning of the summer, he's been doing really good. So
uh, so when it comes to other than golf or using that as like an activity, are there any other sorts of things that you particularly enjoy? Like when you mentioned relaxing, are you a big movies guy, a big video game guy? What's the moves here?
yeah, video games basically just playing. Maddie actually bought my PS5 from Matt, which is pretty funny. But I've been playing the new Call of Duty, playing NCAA, and then that, and going to the gym helps you relax too. Kind of helps you forget a lot as well, just clearing your mind. Yeah.
Matt, what about you? Video games, movies, what do you do?
I'm not a huge video game guy anymore. I was back then, but new Matty C over here, big movie guy. I love movies.
What's your favorite?
Happy Gilmore for sure, best movie.
Go.
Tiger, what's your favorite movie if you had to choose?
For probably Wedding Crashers.
Cool. All right. I don't think I would have guessed that for you.
Yeah, big. I like the comedy movies.
All right. So, Matt, I'll go back to you here. When it comes to when you're in season, when it comes to dealing with the grind of game days and whatever, do you have any particular rituals or routines that you particularly go to?
I wouldn't say a ritual or anything like, or I would say routine is a big part of it, though. I mean, eating the same thing every morning. That's usually what I do before a game, keeping that the same. Um, Tee work every day in the cage before a game is the same all the time. Uh, that's really it, though. I really keep it simple. I'm not a guy that has too many fancy things that they do before a game or during a game. Kind of just old school.
Well, and when you said you eat the same thing, what do you usually go to on a game day?
Usually 4 eggs with oatmeal every morning.
Yeah.
Taggart, I know you have a particular meal that you like on game day. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, over the summer I was eating, I think it was Subway sometimes or Moe's I would have before games, but nothing like too like I don't have really have a ritual. I'll do T work this basically the same, like T work flips, BP. It's basically the same, but nothing that I do almost every game. No.
And now that you're in the uh getting into the winter here, you got through your fall ball season. Are there any particular things that you're working on right now or trying to improve before you get to the spring?
Just strength, honestly, strength, flexibility, big things for catchers. And then we're always working on hitting and defense, just trying to stay. We're doing team lifts right now, so we got lifts 3 days a week. So we're keeping up on that. And then we got yoga now too. So we got to do yoga. So that's nice. Fridays are yoga day. So yeah, just keeping consistent on my hitting and my catching and trying to just get better at that.
What's your favorite yoga pose?
um, the one it's like I think it's like the cobra or whatever. Like you go like that, kind of with like your back. I don't know. It makes the back feels nice. So.
All right, Matt, for you this winter, what are you working on and trying to get better on before the spring?
Uh, I mean, as just a player, as a person, you're always trying to work to get better. But I would say a specific thing would be strength for sure. I'm a smaller guy. I'm on the smaller end, so I got to keep up in the gym big time, especially if I want to take this to the next level. So that's always a big thing. And I would say that honestly, my fielding has been getting much better as time has gotten on, and I played more games, and the game's gotten faster. I mean, when you go from junior college to summer ball, you're playing with people that are at a different level than you are. You're seeing Division 1 hitters, Division 2 hitters, Division 3. You're seeing everything, so it speeds up on you a little bit, but trying to keep up with that as well. And hitting on the hitting side, I've been working a lot with watching video. Like we've been taking video of every BP we have, all the BP we do, T work, hitting, and just trying to fill in those holes of what we see and talking to each other as teammates and talking to the coaches and just trying to not perfect everything, but make everything as good as it can be.
Well, I'll go back to what you said about summer ball there. How do you feel like summer ball has really helped you out as a player and helped you grow to what you are today?
Summer ball, you're able to see some talent that you haven't seen before because you're seeing people from all over the place, and you don't really get to see that up here. It's all Northeast teams, Northeast JUCO teams, so you get to see a little bit higher level competition, which is honestly it's given me a little bit of confidence because if you can hang around with them, then you have a chance to take it to the next level.
Taggart, when it comes to you, summer ball, how's it helped you?
I'd say the same way, just like seeing all the different players and the different levels of what they're at compared to like you shouldn't compare it to yourself, but you do, like you just do like it happens. So just compare like your game to their game, and you're seeing like what you need to get better at, what they do, and kind of learn from the other guys as well. Learn from like KP, who's a D1 catcher, so learning like pregame stuff from him and stretching and all that. Just seeing that different perspective that guys have, it's nice.
Well, and when it comes to your experience last summer in Oneonta, how is that stacked up to any other place you played summer ball before?
Um, well, it's the only place I've been away, so that was nice. That was fun. Just being at the field every day, basically, is I enjoyed it honestly. Like you're there at 3 o'clock, get done at 9, just hitting, doing whatever, just doing like with the guys. It's a great time, honestly.
Well, and how different was it to be away from home for the summer and have that experience?
Uh, not that different since I was away from like school, so that wasn't too different. But just like all my friends being home and then like seeing them home, and then not being able to see them for as long was, that sucks. But you do what you got to do, and I enjoyed Oneonta though. It was a great time.
And Matt, how about you? How would you describe last summer in Oneonta, and what'd you enjoy?
Last summer was a great experience. I mean, we got to see, like I said, a pretty high level competition every day. So going out there and seeing what the people that I met on the team had to offer for me, like hitting tips, fielding tips, you get to learn a lot of things, which was a really good experience.
Are there any particular favorite memories or things that you're proud of from your season over the summer?
Yeah, I was very proud of the way I held my own, I feel like. And, I haven't really played at that level yet, which was different. It was definitely different, but it was enjoyable. And it kind of gave me the confidence that I can move on from JUCO and get to the next level.
And for anybody that might be looking for a place to play summer ball this summer, why would you recommend the Outlaws?
Uh, I would say the people that run the team and the people that we get. I think last summer we got along really well. We had that golf outing last summer that a lot of people participated in, which was very fun. So you do things off the field together as well. So I think that's a big part of having a good relationship on the field is just as, or having a relationship off the field is just as important on the field.
Jeremy, why would you recommend the Outlaws?
I think that as like talking to my other friends that were in the PGCBL, like their teams didn't really rotate their guys. They kind of had one lineup. So Coach Keaton gets everybody in. Everybody gets the same amount of ABs at the end of the year. And it's pretty fair where other teams, they have one set lineup. So I think that's like summer ball, like you want to play a lot. That's why you're there. So if you're just sitting on the bench, I think it's pointless. So I think that's why Oneonta is a good place to be at.
Well, and what was it like playing for Keaton and Joe this summer? And is there any particular thing that they taught you that stuck with you this fall?
They were good. They're great guys. They were very they knew like summer ball, so they kind of just let us play and do what we do. So that was good. And me and Coach Joe worked a lot with my hitting as well, towards the like later end of the season, and he helped me a lot with that. Just like being having more direction while I'm hitting to right center, right field. So he helped me out a lot with that. Yeah.
Matt, how about you? What was it like playing for Keaton and Joe?
Keaton and Joe are great guys. I mean, they asked me personally if I wanted to come back, and I told them absolutely because I loved it. It was a lot of fun. And I would say one thing that stuck with me from them was during BP, they're very hands-on. Like when we take on field BP before games, or even we had a couple practices I think before the season that they had some pointers that really helped me. So just them being hands-on and actually caring was a big thing.
Well, and tell me about what it's like to play at Damaski Field. How's that ballpark different or similar to any other place you played before?
Very different. Very different. I would say it's somewhat similar to where I play now at Hudson Valley because it's more of a stadium vibe, which is really cool. But it's actually really cool to see people go out there and support you. Like they actually care about the people that live in Oneonta actually care about you and care about the team. So that was pretty cool to see.
Well, and do you feel like the city of Oneonta is a big part of the Outlaws organization? And do you feel there's anything that, if you had any kind of sway, that you would change in terms of how things are done around the ballpark or getting more people out or whatnot?
Well, I think the fireworks show on the 4th of July was a big night, and a lot of people came out to that. So I wouldn't have anything to really change. I think we get a lot of support, and there's a lot of people that come to every game. So I think the Oneonta is a huge part of what the Outlaws do and what they see.
Taggart, do you have anything to add on that one?
No, I agree with what Matt said. Yeah, there's a great time. I mean, the fireworks that was a great night. That was awesome. That was like the Sandlot. That's what that was like. But I think they do a great job. Gary does a great job with getting people out and seeing people in the park when you're playing is good. It's fun. It's different. Like from playing JUCO ball. Like there's not really that many people that come out to see you. So having people actually care, like Matt said, is good. It's nice.
Well, and just having that crowd energy affect how you play in any way?
No, not really. Just kind of just play the same every game. Just doesn't really matter who's out there, but yeah.
Matt, does it affect you at all?
Yeah, I think it does a little bit. I was in a couple moments at the plate where I was hearing it a little bit from the crowd, and it was loud. It was in I forget who we were playing, but it was tied. We had a chance to win it. I don't think I came through, but it was fun. It was cool.
Well, and when you have those big moments, when you have the crowd behind you, what's going through your head? Does the mindset change at all?
I don't think my mindset changes very much. I mean, it's definitely a lot more pressure, but trying to control that pressure by telling yourself that you're going to be able to come through for your team here because that's the biggest thing.
Well, in talking about team and mindset and goals and everything, what's your biggest personal goal heading into this next spring season at Hudson Valley? And have you guys talked about team goals at all at this point?
The team goals going into it are always to win a World Series. That's the goal. Every year we come in, or 2 years in a row, that's the first thing he said to our guys was, "We're going to go out and we're going to win a World Series." That's the goal. And personally, I'd like to put on a repeat performance of what I did last year and hopefully better. And I've been working really hard to do that for my team as well.
Jeremy, how about you down at Molloy?
Well, I think the conference championship is the team goal right now. That's what they did last year. So, conference championship, get to a super regional, and hopefully get to carry North Carolina, which is the D2 World Series. So that's the outright goal for everybody. Honestly, we all have kind of one goal. I don't really have any personal goals really. Like all conference would be nice, but that comes with winning and getting to a super regional. So
Last question here before I let you guys get back to it. And Matt, I'll start with you. Now we're in the holiday season. Christmas is right around the corner. What's your favorite Christmas tradition, and what are you most excited about for having Christmas break?
My biggest Christmas tradition is probably Christmas Eve. My grandparents, they cook a big dinner for me and my cousins and my parents, which is really fun every year. And I'm looking forward to seeing my family for an extended period of time.
And Jeremy, last but not least.
I'd say the same. Christmas Eve is also big in my family. We have a big dinner every year, and kind of always a fun time. So being with my cousins are all around my age, so which makes it better. So I think I'm excited to finally get to like spend time with them now that I'm home and be able to just have a great holiday season.
Guys, thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks, Colby.
Thank you.